Hey everyone, here is how I made a welted pocket without any math, well at least very little, and I find it much easier than adding the ½ inch here or ¼ inch there. It just builds itself. So to get started, you'll have to decide how wide you want your pocket to be. Of course, you can position your pocket straight along the grain, but you can also do it at an angle like I'm doing here. And I take this German interfacing that comes in a 2-inch wide band from farmhousefabrics.com. It is so convenient, and I'm interfacing the wrong side of my garment where the pocket will go. I want my opening to be in the middle of this interfacing. So I'm making my pocket opening 2½ inches wide and then ½ inch tall, which means there will be a ¼ inch on each side. Basically, you could draw a rectangle the width and height of your welt pocket and then put a center line horizontally. You need this horizontal center line for reference when you are cutting out your opening. And this is the big trick that makes this method so easy. One big pocket bag. Yes, please. You'll have plenty of extra on all sides, and that's the point. It will build itself and you can trim up any excess later on. You'll see what I mean as you keep watching. I put the pocket bag right sides together with the right side of the garment. So both the right sides are touching, just like in normal sewing. I changed my stitch to something fairly tiny, like a 1.5 or so. You want to be as precise as you can here. Every stitch makes a difference. So you'll stitch along each line from one dot to the next. Really try to make the same amount of stitches here, like on each line. Then I fold my fabric in half, and that allows me to take a little snip to gain access to cut along that middle line. You'll want to stop before you get to the end of that rectangle. You'll stop about ½ inch and angle off until you get to the last stitch of the row. Obviously, don't snip into the stitches, but get very close. You'll have something like this when you're all done. Just go slowly so all things are tidy. That's the name of the game with this style of pocket. Slow and steady so you'll end up with a tidy pocket that lays nicely. So at this point, I turn my pocket bag right sides out, like I pushed that through the hole and lined up everything. Taking it to the iron for pressing helps a lot. Then I take the top seam and stitch it down to the top of the bag. These stitches are not going to show through your garment fabric or be visible. The purpose of these stitches is to help keep the line of the top of the welt nice and flat. It's like a similar idea to understitching. Wait, actually this is understitching. Someone pass the coffee, please. Then I give everything an ironing, and I take this super long pocket bag and I fold up the top of the bottom of it. Okay, the top of the bottom, does that make sense? So the top of the bottom portion, that's the part that's going to make the little welt lip, if you will, whatever it is called. In my case, I made a ½ inch opening, so my welt lip needs to be ½ inch. You want to take your time on this step too. Fold it up, give it a pressing, pin it in place, and make sure it looks nice from the right side. Keep adjusting until everything lines up nicely. Then to secure it, I fold the top of my garment out of the way and pull on those two little tabs so everything is flush. Then I stitch through those two tabs and through the folds of the fabric, and this secures the welt lip thing in place, whatever it is called. Once I repeat the same thing to the other side, my welt is secure, and the last step is to sew up the pocket. Super easy, here we go. So I take that big pocket bag and I bring it up until I like how long my pocket is. See, the pocket is building itself. I'm going to sew from one end up one of the sides, across the top, and then back down the other side to the other end. So I take it to my machine, and voila, a welt pocket that built itself. How delightful. If you are interested in watching a Chanel inspired jacket filled with couture techniques, click on this video, and if you want to learn about smocking, click on this playlist. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. And as always, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope to catch y'all next time.